What is up? It is Wednesday here on Dynasty Pylon. Another Wednesday night shenanigans, talking about our rosters, talking about upcoming week. I am not here with Brian today. Brian and Mark are gone. I think Mark is somewhere in Vegas, and Brian is celebrating his daughter's birthday. So it's just me. But we'll be back Sunday just before kickoff and talk about probably the next couple of days worth of games, and then we'll talk about our rosters as well, and then start sits if you want. But yeah, Sundays, you've been here. If you've been here before, Sundays are usually start sits. We kind of covered that a little bit as well. But today it's I just wanted to talk to you guys and see what you guys were up to and on your rosters. I have a few of you that already kind of gave me your rosters already. What's up, Derpy? How are you, man? How's it going? Let's see. I have Anthony's roster I'll probably look at today. He has a few IDP players as well. His is interesting. And then Mike, you sent me something today too. And I just actually saw an 8-man league. That's interesting. That's interesting. I kind of want to talk about that one a lot, actually. That's interesting though. I don't know. We'll talk about that trade. I'm retired from fantasy. I didn't even know you did it, to be honest. When did you even start? Did you even do it? I know you used to come in here and just talk about football. I know you used to just talk nothing about the Steelers and a few trades here and there about the league, but I don't think you ever did it. Did you? I don't recall you doing it. And if you did, was last year your only year? And if I'm wrong, well then I stand corrected. I'm sorry, my guy, but no, I didn't think you actually physically you did last year. Like for how long? I didn't know that, Derby. 12 fantasy draft, a 12 team fantasy draft. I didn't have a top 5 pick. Okay. Is that the one you sent me earlier today? Yeah, today, right? That's the one I see from today, earlier this morning, like early this morning. That was the IDP one, right? 2 years ago? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see. Then that's probably when we started, pretty much, right? I think so, yeah. I don't know. It's not for everyone, but I still appreciate you coming in here still talking football. Anyways, I know you love your Steelers, and we talk about the Steelers here quite often now, ever since the big old trade in the offseason. So I think it's going to be interesting on what they do anyways. But in recent news, if you have Jamar Chase, good. Looks like he suited up for practice today, so that's good news for those Jamar Chase owners, and good news for those who didn't care about this situation and passed up on him. I, for one, was sitting at the 12 at one of these redraft leagues, and I was like, you know what? He's probably going to play. There's no way they're not going to work out their best guy offensively. And I said, Joe Burrow is going to be the main key here. He's probably going to convince them to figure something out and get the ball rolling. And sure enough, he suited up today. So he's probably going to play this weekend. If not, they already probably announced it. So he was there at practice. But yeah, Trenton Williams also got a 3-year deal contract. Good for him. The 49ers can figure things out from there. But it was going to be a crazy, interesting situation this year if they didn't get that done before the season. Because in season, when they have that mentality of like, when are we going to get this done? It affects the team, affects their roster, affects like the morale, especially being one of the best left tackles in the game. So I think that's good for them. I mean, in total, I have 12 fantasy drafting. Okay. So you have, damn, that's a good amount. That's a good amount. I think I was at 12 2 years ago, roughly. I think I cut back down. I had to this year. So yeah, 12 is manageable. 12 manageable. If you haven't done 12, then step your game up. I'm telling you right now, it's crazy. Or how many of those are best balls though? I didn't have a top 5 pick, and I have been 7th or 8th. Well, at least this year you are in the similar territory for all 12. You have the top 5 pick. Look, you don't need a top 12 or top 5 pick. You don't. Essentially, if the top 5 picks are gone, if you like, I was in the back end in pretty much most of my draft this year, anyways. I think that the closest I had to 1 was like 7. I think it was 7. And that was the closest I had. For the most part, I had 8, I had 12, I had 10. and the 7 was closest, and I think I had another 10 somewhere around there. So it wasn't it just kind of playing on the turnaround, really, if you did a redraft. But for my dynasty, it was just linear, so I had to wait continuously after 12 picks. But it wasn't bad. It's good to know. And it's good to know before the draft. There are been some leagues out there where they just do a random before the draft and you don't get to prepare, which kind of sucks because those you have to prepare for like each and every single position. And then when it comes to draft day, you're like, crap, okay, I didn't study at this spot. Now what do I do? Unless you just know everything about football and you don't really care. So that's another hand. So but Anthony, let's talk about this team. I have a good friend of mine, Smiley's probably going to tune in today. Whenever he comes in chat, we'll probably talk about his. If he doesn't, then we probably won't talk about it. Or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. But I actually have Anthony's pulled up here. So let's show that real quick on your browser here. Let's just put it over here, and then I could pull up both sides of the ball. Because you have an interesting team here. This is your IDP one. I'm going to show your IDP one. So I'm going to show this one first. Let's go to window and bam. All right. Let's go here. But yeah. So you have Joe Burrow, Amon-Ra St. Brown, T. Higgins, Tank Dell, Isaiah Pacheco, Devin Singletary, Ferguson, and Keon Coleman. So which I like. This looks like it might be a full PPR from the looks of the projections of the scores. This looks like it's full PPR to me. And if I'm wrong, then correct me if I'm wrong. But that's what it looks like to me. And then Myles Garrett. Dude, you guys do like legit corners. This is interesting. So I was looking at this and I was like, okay, for me, I usually just do DBs. And then you could either fluctuate between corners and safeties, but this one actually does 2 corners, 2 safeties. And I'm sure, did you send me more on? Yes, you did. You absolutely did. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Was it just these 3 pages? Let me see here. So there's the offense. There's the defense, offense. There it is. There it is. Okay. So that's the continuation, right? So you only do 1 down lineman, 2 corners, 2 safeties. Am I missing a linebacker page here? Oh, wait, here it is. Okay, I see how it is. I see. Okay, I put them out of order. Okay. That's weird. So it shows your bench before your defensive players? Why does it do that? Why does it do that? I don't know. Whatever. That's the 8th pick. This is your 8th pick? Hey, not bad. Not bad. I'm assuming you got Amon-Ra on your first pick, and then you're stuck around your T. Higgins or Joe Burrow. No, probably not Joe Burrow. I don't think you went Joe Burrow. Or unless you went Micah Parsons and Amon-Ra 1 and 2. But at 8 pick, I don't think you went. I don't think you did that. I don't think. If I know you, I think you went Amon-Ra. You went Amon-Ra first. You had to have. And then maybe T. Higgins. Tank Dell, Pacheco. These were probably 3rd or 4th round. Joe Burrow was probably 4th round, I think, maybe. I'm going to assume that Micah Parsons was probably your 4th round. Maybe TJ Watt. I don't understand how they even let you have these guys in the same roster. Your league mates are going to they just handed you the win. You have Hutchinson and Garrett as your defensive line. Kenny Moore, Reed, Joseph, and freaking Kyle Hamilton. And this is your bench. Jacoby Myers, Kirk Cousins, Shuba Hubbard, Darnell Mooney, Downs, Henry, Brown, and oh my gosh, dude. I don't understand your league mates. Your league mates just basically handed you the win. I'm so surprised. That's insane. That's insane to me. Because I'm even looking at Like your defense alone. Is it one? It has to be 1 point per tackle, I'm assuming. This is very low. This is like 6.754. Yeah. Is this 1 point per tackle? And no interceptions? This is what I'm curious. I'm looking at the points here for the IDPs, and I'm looking at how low these numbers are. Because if they were higher, we'd be looking at 8s and 7s at bare minimum rather than these 4s. So, yeah. Yo, what's up, Ardo? It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. I mean, I was wondering when everyone was just gonna come back. This probably be the week next, if not next week. A lot of people are probably gonna come back. I mean, I know most of my friends here are redrafters, so there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you guys play redraft, and that's fine. Like, if for my Dynasty guys usually stick around, we just talk about Dynasty all week. But I know it's been a while, so I hope you're good, man. Hope everything's been good. Hope you're did you draft? Feel free to send it into Discord, and then we'll look over your team. I'm looking at Anthony's right now, and overall, I'm looking at it's pretty good. It's pretty good. He even took a risk here of a wide receiver tight end with Keon Coleman, which, I mean, it's fine. I personally would put Aljair there. Maybe. Nah. I'm not big on rookies their first year when it comes to redraft. I'm not. Like, I know Algier is going to get worked. But it wouldn't surprise me if Algier scores himself a touchdown. Coleman's going to be interesting this week. Coleman's going to be very interesting this week because it's the Cardinals, and the Cardinals typically are either really good or really, really bad. And when it comes to defense, that's usually their forte. If they lock up Coleman, that opens up for Kincaid, or they lock up Kincaid and it opens up for Coleman. But I don't think they'll be able to handle both. But the Cardinals are also very, very known for being terrible for tight ends. So I would expect Josh Allen and Kincaid to have an amazing week this week, if history repeats itself. And I don't think that the Cardinals did anything to upgrade their defense for the tight end position. So if someone has Kincaid this week, good for you. Honestly, I wouldn't even probably take him off the bench, to be honest, most this year anyways. I sent the order in Discord. But sorry, I had the 4th pick. Okay. You sent the order in Discord? Oh, here we go. Okay. So this was your drafting order. I figured Amon-Ra was your first one. Amon-Ra, Isaiah Pacheco, TJ Watt is your 3rd. Dang, and Nathan Parsons was your 9th round. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you didn't even get Joe Burrow till the 6th, which is a good spot. I like that spot right there. 6th spot, Joe Burrow. That's really nice. That's typically where I would have went quarterback as well. I almost would have went receiver, running back, receiver. But I mean, hey, look, I know you got to get your guys, right? You got to get your IDP early. You're usually even in our mock draft, you normally go IDP early to get your guy. So this is such an Anthony move here to get a high-end IDP guy here early in the 3rd. So I like it. You stuck to your goals. You do what you got to do, man. Devin Singletary is not bad. I know a lot of people might hate that, but he is literally the only running back there in New York. I don't think Eric Gray is going to really show up and do anything. So, I mean, he's going to put up numbers. I would trust him over like Zamir White. And I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Zamir White, he's going to have high volume. I get it. But same with Devin Singletary. I understand the pick here. So not bad. And then you went with Mike Parsons and then Aiden Hutchinson. You went all defense 1, 2, 3. You figured out that line. And then Keon Coleman there at the 12th. So essentially you filled out your roster. 2 running backs, 1 QB, 2 receivers, 3 receivers, the flex, the tight end. You figured out your line. See, what's weird for me is this league doesn't do linebackers. but you do 2 defensive line, 2 corners, 2 safeties. That is so weird, my guy. I've never seen a league like that just doesn't do linebackers. That's interesting. But hey, I mean, if you guys are having fun, that's all it's all about. What up, dude? In the words of your favorite character, the almighty Venom, Wan Shohar Mrs. Shen. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. How are you, man? I'm not gonna do the voice. I can't do the voice. Okay. But yeah, how's it going, man? What's up, dude? Dude, when are you getting into fantasy? That's what I've been waiting for you to freaking tell me. Hey, I'm doing it this year. What's up, Ross? How are you, man? We're just going over Anthony's IDP draft. It looks pretty good. Like even Kirk Cousins as your backup QB, I like it. You have Joe Burrow and Kirk Cousins. Your running backs are Isaiah Pacheco, Devin Singletary, and Aljair, and that's it, right? You only have 3 running backs. Is that what I'm seeing? Oh, Chuba Hubbard. Okay. Well, it could work. It could work. I would try and get yourself another one. I know this is full PPR, right? And I don't even have to ask you because I could already tell. I would kind of maybe swing another running back if you can. And I know they're probably all gone and they're probably not even available. But usually week 1 or 2, somebody somewhere gets hurt and somebody somewhere is available. Do not hesitate on getting that first running back or week 1 or 2 or 3. Do not hesitate. Typically, those guys will be valuable for the rest of the season because the starter will be gone for about 3 to 4 weeks. And then the incoming rookie or whoever it is steps up and just does their thing, i.e., Kyren Williams. And speaking of Kyren Williams, I would sell him. Just saying. I would sell him. I understand the possibilities of what he could do and with his kick return and all that. And if you have kick return, awesome. But I think Blake Corum is going to probably outshine him. But that's just me. I think that's what's going to happen. Send mine in the Discord. All right. Yeah. But yeah, no, Anthony, I like it. I like what I see. I don't know how you managed to pull it off again. And your league mates basically gave you the win. I don't like that is a lot of talent in the first freaking yeah. So here we go. All right, let's see what hold on. Site. There it is. Okay. All right, let's go with Bardo's here. Bardo, show me his here. All right. CJ Stroud, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Bijan Robinson, Devon A-Chain, Dalton Kincaid. I like DK Metcalf, Brandon Ayuk, James Conner, Amari Cooper, Javonte Williams, and Xavier Worthy. Okay, not bad. 5 bench. Okay, so typically your normal setup. Okay. I like it. I like Bijan, Amon-Ra, CJ, and Dalton Kincaid right off the bat. Perfect. Those are going to be your moneymakers. However, and I'm just be worried. Like I'm not, and you can say what you want to say. I'm worried about Cooper Kupp. I'm worried about Devon A-Chain. And I'm worried about Amari Cooper. And also maybe, I don't know. There is a thing about Javonte Williams this year that I'm actually thinking that we might actually see some real work out of him for the first time ever in his, 3 or 4 year career. We might actually see Javonte Williams be Javonte Williams this year. Just saying. Bo Nix is a very interesting QB. likes to check down and likes to throw his running backs. And in the system that they ran last year, and they're probably running the same thing, I have a feeling PPR format or even half PPR, Javonte Williams is going to be something. But Achane, it kind of worries me. I understand he was a speedster back, but the back end of the year kind of worried me a little bit. Just because of how Miami played. And this guy, that last final game showed some interesting, like, it wasn't what he was in the beginning. But he is explosive. He can do it, and he's probably a good player. He is a good player. It just worries me. And Cooper Kupp is basically made out of glass. He's made out of glass, and I've said that for years, and I'm done with him. I don't expect him to be healthy the entire season either. But if you got him like maybe the 5th or 6th, maybe cool. But again, I'm not big on him. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I can't. The guy, he's just like, he's just old, man. Like, thank you for your time. We all enjoyed what you did for us that one few years. But you're just done, man. You just gotta hang it up. I think it's time, dude. I'm worried about Kupp. He was there in the forest, so I had to take him. But I would have even skipped out on him. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if you don't even play Cooper Kupp eventually and you start playing freaking Brandon Ayuk for the rest of the season. You'll probably end up playing Brandon Ayuk. More than likely. I think by week 3, it wouldn't surprise me if your running backs is Bijan and James Conner, and your receivers are Amon-Ra and Brandon Ayuk, with the flex of Achane in there. But you're keeping Kincaid in there. And depending on how Xavier Worthy does for the Chiefs, especially this coming up few weeks because Brown is gone. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's your end up lining. But if this is what your lineup now is, this is how you drafted it. I'm assuming this is how I kind of gave it to you. This is how it ran. But me personally, James Conner would probably be over, Achane at the main running back, and then put him in at the flex, or put even Conner in the flex, and then having DK or Brandon Ayuk there at the receiver 2 spot. So, but yeah, no, I like it. It's not bad. This is a team that can contend. I think it's you got some good players here. But those 3, I mentioned 3 were the ones that worry me, and that's about it. So REDZONE might not be good coming out yeah, no, and that kind of worries me a little bit. But again, they also have a few good other plethora of running backs, and they're becoming the old school 49ers and using a gangload of running backs right now. Would you trade Kupp and Achane for Garrett Wilson and some low end RB? I would try to get. You could probably sell Achane higher than expected. And when you're talking about low end RB, are you talking like how low are we going? Like, you're not going Ezekiel Elliott low, right? Or Dalvin Cook low, right? Because that's scraping the barrel right there, man. That's too low. I wouldn't go that low. But no, if I would be okay with Kupp for Garrett Wilson, and I'm talking like Aaron Jones or something like that. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Something higher than Javonte. Yeah, no, I'd be okay with that. I've given up on Cooper Kupp. And I know there's people that still like him and still adore him, but they're just hanging on to the name and what's going on. But tell me where he's been healthy majority of the season. Where? And it wasn't reliable and you didn't feel comfortable at it. Give me someone. If I feel more comfortable with someone who's going to be there more reliable, then I'm okay with that. But if you're gonna be there like part of the time, and I'm not even sure if you're gonna play this week because I'm just watching their injury report all freaking week because of you, I don't like that at all. Like forget about it. Like, no, I'm not doing that at all. All right, so let's go. Let's continue. Who else got some? All right, so Ross is in here. What do you think about this team? My old school non-PPR league with 3 receivers, 10-man league. And this is my other redraft league, so he's got 2 in there. Okay, let's take care of the first one, right? Let's take care of this first one. Old school, half PPR, right? Is that what we said? 3 receivers, 10-man league, non-PPR, non-PPR. Okay. So his other one he has is and this is the other redraft home league, 12-man, full PPR, half. Oh, tight end premium. Nice. I like it. Okay. Let's do this first one first. All right. So Breece Hall, Mike Evans, Drake London, DK Metcalf, Lamar Jackson. I almost called him Jamar. I don't know why I said that. David Montgomery, Rasheed Rice, Ray Morris. This is what you got. Okay. Let me see QBs. Kirk Cousins and Lamar. Breece Hall. Monty. Mostert. Jonathan Brooks. Okay. Receivers, Mike Evans, London, Metcalf. Rasheed Rice, Watson. Jordan Addison. Tight ends, he's got Jake. That is only tight end? It's only tight end. And then kicker, Jake Elliott, and then Cincinnati's defense. Okay. Honestly, this team can actually put up numbers. Like, it's not like Breece Hall, probably one of the best running backs coming in the season. Lamar's going to, he's going to put up some good rushing numbers up as well on top of what he's going to do. Honestly, I think Lamar's going to do really good this year. I really think he's going to do really good. They upgraded his offense a lot, so I like it. And Monty's probably got to get another good solid year in him. I'm not shying away from him either for this season. Drake London's going to be very good for PPR, but this is not PPR. It's not PPR. I gotta keep that in mind. Non-PPR. No PPR whatsoever, sir. No PPR. Rasheed Rice. If they connect again, I like Rasheed Rice. I like Drake London. I like Mike Evans. I honestly like this team. And you have depth too. Like you're not even gonna play Mostert. You're not gonna play Watson. You're not gonna play Addison, and you're not gonna play Brooks. But those are guys that are still gonna put up numbers. No, dude, this is a good team, and this is a 12-man. So 10-man. Okay, that makes more sense. 10-man. No, this is good. Jake's gonna put up numbers. I think eventually you're probably gonna when's Dallas's bye? Dallas's bye is not until what, like freaking. Oh, someone had it. Someone had it. Where did I see it? One of these. I can't remember what bye they had. I had it somewhere. But that's actually pretty good. And then Kirk Cousins, another one with Kirk Cousins as their backup. That's a solid backup. He's a solid backup. He's good. He puts up numbers. I've been catching myself not getting 3 Lions players. I had St. Brown, Dave Montgomery, and Laporte. Look, yeah, but those guys put up numbers. I'm not. It wouldn't be like bad. Kind of. It is a lot. You're putting yourself like all your money in the basket for the freaking Lions, but they're gonna put up numbers. It's just that bye week, or if they get hurt, then you're kind of screwed. So I get it. I totally get it. So that's a good mental note to have. Don't stack up too many players on the same roster. Yeah. Also, for that Yahoo league, we gave 3 points bonus, 100 yards, reception, or rush games at 250 yards, and 6 points per total. Oh my gosh. Thanks to Lamar, not as good as okay. But if the rushing upside's still 6, though, isn't it? Rush games and 250, so he's probably not going to put it 250. 6-point passing touchdown? I don't see why. Why is that not as good, though? Like, how is the rushing any different from the 6-point passing touchdown? I see that as a good thing. So Lamar not as good? I think that is good, right? If you have a 6-point passing touchdown and a 6-point rushing touchdown, I would say Lamar's perfect for that. Why is he not? Am I just not reading this right? I'm sorry. I think that's perfect. If that's both 6 points rush and 6-point passing touchdown. What elite decent wide receivers you target with Cup and a Chan? Oh man, with Cup and a Chan. If I'm looking at receivers, elite Cup and a Chan, you could probably get yourself. And and yours was this one, right? Was this full PPR? You didn't say if this was full PPR. Let me see the scoring points. No, I don't know. Is this full PPR? You just sent me your roster, but I didn't see if like projected points or anything, so I can't even really. Yep, full PPR. Okay. Nah, usually the rushing QBs have more advantage over the passing QBs in 4-point instead of 4. Yeah, but you said it's a 6-point, right? Look, I think we're saying the same thing just differently. But no, for if it's a 6-point rushing and a 6-point passing, I'm all for those QBs because that just means he's getting a little bit more. 6-point evens them out a little more. Still elite, yeah. No, yeah, exactly. So I think we're saying the same thing. Just I'm stupid and not reading what you're saying. I don't know. But I think I think I understand what you're saying. So Cope and Ashawn for a solid wide receiver. Oh man, and here's the thing: players aren't going to want, or owners, I should say, owners aren't going to want to sell Devontae Adams because it's Devontae Adams. But you could argue that it's Gardner Minshew, but we kind of all know Gardner Minshew's pretty good. And then you could probably say the same thing about Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's dropped, but that's like swinging for the fences. So I don't even think you'll be able to get those guys. But you could attempt it. Cooper Kupp and Achane would probably be good decently for Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice probably be, but you have your Xavier Worthy. Never mind. Because then you'll have 2 Kansas City Chiefs there. Amon-Ra, Cooper Kupp. I would think maybe Drake London. Pittman would probably be in the 3rd round. I think he'd be okay. You could probably get yeah. That's what I'm thinking. You might be able to, but not Jefferson. I don't think so. Just because he's the best receiver. But the problem is he's in a weird situation where he's not. We don't know if Sam Darnold's going to be productive as much as Kirk Cousins. So it's kind of interesting. But I don't know if you'll be able to get Drake London. Maybe Michael Pittman. I think you'll be able to swing Michael Pittman. And I just, or even, I want to say Rashee Rice, but you have Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy is going to be an interesting one. I want to see what he does. I want to see what they use him, and I think if they use him properly for the speed, and the fact that he's with Andy Reid, I'm like semi-scared of what they're going to use with him. Call me crazy, but I think Calvin Ridley is a sleeper D pick. Yeah, I just don't like Tennessee. Their quarterbacks. So whether they make it happen through the air is awesome, but they had Treylon Burks, and of course Treylon Burks never really did anything. So they obviously brought in, Calvin Ridley for a reason. So no, it's a good shot. It is pretty deep, and again, I'm not big on Tennessee this year, offensively. So yeah, I feel like Pittman would be an overpay though. But in trades, you kind of have to. I'm scared that Cooper Kupp's not going to last the whole season for you. You could keep it this way. And essentially, I think you'll be okay. Cooper Kupp and is going to be. That's what scares me the most here. If Cooper Kupp goes down, do you have IR? Just put him in the bench. Put Brandon Ayuk. I'm telling you right now, Brandon Ayuk is going to take that spot eventually. Is that even worth it? I like a trend. Probably not, because Achane could probably put up more numbers. But I would say keep it this way. Say Cooper Kupp plays once every 4 weeks, right? Just, and in reality, it's just, I don't know what's going to happen with that guy. But if he plays really good week 1, awesome. Next week he's banged up, and then he really gets hurt. Then he's gone, week 3 and 4? He comes back week 5 and 6, right? Old man career. That's kind of what happens to these guys. We've seen great receivers go out, and they're just not as available as much. But you have Brandon Ayuk. You have Xavier Worthy. Injury history for those guys? Well, we don't know Xavier Worthy, but Brandon Ayuk could be solid there. And I would not be surprised if Amon-Ra St. Brown is your number 1, and number 2 is your Brandon Ayuk. I would just keep it the way it is right now. Let's see what the season brings. Let's see what week 1 does. If Cooper Kupp goes off, right? Hear me out. This is going to be very hard for you to sell him. But if Cooper Kupp just explodes week 1, sell him for anything you want, because he's probably going to be the most traded for person, because everyone's like, oh, he's back. He's amazing. But I don't think at his age he's going to be able to handle 17 freaking games. I don't think he's going to need 17 freaking games. I got offered Tyreek for Bijan and Kupp if Kupp does good week 1. Tyreek for Bijan and Kupp? No. Because then you are going to be hurting at running back. If you get rid of Bijan, you're left with Achane and James Conner. And Javonte Williams we're hoping for him to do. I wouldn't do that. Bijan is going to be your main moneymaker here. You only have 3 running backs, dude. Like, that's 4 really. I mean, you have 4, but to be honest, I see 3, because Javonte hasn't really been Javonte, really. No, I wouldn't do that. No, definitely not. You don't need more receivers. If anything, like I said, you need more running backs, because they break down. Thoughts on Blake Corum? I think he's going to take over. I think they're going to do 50-50 back, and I know if Brian was here, he'd probably give me crap. But I honestly think that they're going to do 50-50. And slowly but surely, I think Blake Corum's going to be the main lead back. And they've already established Kyren Williams as the punt return, kick returner, right? That's already him on special teams. Not a good look for him. Honestly, and for Dynasty players, I would just sell him this year. If he puts up the same amount of numbers that he did last year, which I doubt, great. But essentially, let's think about the Rams last year. They only had 2 weapons. It was either Puka or Williams. That was it. And they still don't know how to use their tight ends. They still don't. I just don't understand how, because he's a really good tight end. Higbee was really good. I don't know why. Just can't. All right. So, anyways, where were we? Did I go over this? No, yeah, I like your team, Rustin. I think you're second. You just want to hear me say something about it, right? I like it. I do. If Mostert stays healthy, you have a really good, solid running back core. Jonathan Brooks is pretty much the only guy there. If Miles Sanders decides to re-elevate his career and says, nope, I can't let these younger guys beat me out, awesome. Chuba Hubbard, I still expect to be the number 1, worked in with Jonathan Brooks. I think next year Jonathan Brooks might be, or even by like mid-season, Jonathan Brooks kind of takes over as the lead 1. But no, I'm not hating this team at all. Cincinnati's defense a little But I'm sure you could swap out Cincinnati easy if anything's available at that point. So I feel like LA coaches love Kyron though. Well, let's take a history lesson on LA running backs. When have they ever stuck to the same one? Like they haven't. They use them up, and then the following year they're out a new guy, or they'll reach into their bench, and then they do the most unpredictable thing. Rams running backs are like the most hardest. As long as McVay's there, I cannot really lay a solid finger on which running back they're going to use, because they have been using a committee back for many, many years, and you can go as back as Todd Gurley days. And I know some of you are like, who the hell is that? I'm telling you, it's the Rams running back situation has always been that bad. I don't understand it either, but it's just been the way it is. Not trying to gloat. I respect your opinion. It takes. Well, I respect yours. Although I can never make yours because you're freaking late, and I'm an old man, and I guess I go to sleep early. I don't know. But yeah, guys, Get Right Fantasy Network. If you guys really want to check out some late night guys, they go over this year. They're probably gonna do the same thing. Probably go over Monday morning. They probably go over all the scores, and then they give out their game balls to whoever, and then they go over waiver wires. I think you guys go early on Monday, right? Like you do waiver wires Monday nights, I think, if I remember. I think you guys do Tuesday shows. Or you do, but just not Anthony. I watch for Anthony. I don't really like. No offense, I don't watch for your co-streamers. I just don't like, because I like watching you, and you're the only one that kind of comes by anyway. So, and you're the main guy. So without you, that entire organization wouldn't be anything without you. So I'm a team. Okay. No, hey, that's fine. That's fine. I kind of like to have a strong defense and just kind of continuously keep that one until I find them, until they run into a hot offense, and I'm like, oh crap, I don't want them anymore. All right, let's look at this other one that Anthony also brought to me. It is a half PPR. Let me blow it up because I'm gonna have to scroll for this one a little bit. All right, okay. And this one is a Smiley. Are you here? Are you lurking? Are you here? Have your team ready, man. All right. Here we go. All right. Kyler Murray, Saquon Barkley, Monty, Marvin Harrison. Wait, is this? This is my other redraft home league, 12-man, full PPR, half-point tight end premium. Okay, so if you're not familiar with the tight end premium, meaning you give extra points to the tight ends, I strongly suggest do these in your leagues, at least by half point, just to give them a little bit more value, because tight ends are a wasteland. We do this every year, and then tight ends are just the hardest thing to pick. But when you're in premium, it's different. Speaking of Rams running back, did you see McVay list Kyron and Corum as a kicker? Yes, I did. This is why I feel like it's going to be a interesting. The situation with the Rams is just interesting. It's going to be more Kyron Williams than it is Corum, though. Corum's probably going to be the goal line back more than likely. I feel like Kyron's a little bit quicker than him, but then Corum can just bang his way through. So it's going to be a big 50-50 until one of them gets hurt. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Yeah, I thought so. I didn't think you guys went on Tuesdays. We have your choices respectfully, but yeah, I appreciate the support, guys. Yeah. Get Right Fantasy Network. Go ahead, check that link down below. If not, Anthony will plug in his own link if he wants right now. It's up to him. But yeah, they are growing big time. Their mock drafts really help them gain a large community. That's good. So 3 receiver set: Marvin Harrison, Jalen Waddle, and Amari Cooper. And then he has Mark Andrews as tight end and Christian Watson. That's his starting lineup as of now. And Jalen McLaughlin, Marshawn Lloyd, interesting there. Marshawn Lloyd could potentially get himself a good, solid RB2 role. If Jacobs goes down, it's going to be Wilson or Lloyd. And for some reason, they are loving Marshawn Lloyd. So we'll see. This is a redraft, so this is interesting. It's a 12-man. And you have Marshawn Lloyd here. But I do like Tajay Spears. Guys, I really love Tajay Spears. Tajay Spears is looked at as like, just because Pollard's there, like, guys, Tennessee's not going to be good. I don't think they are. If they're good, then, surprise, surprise. I'll admit it that I was wrong. But Tajay Spears is probably going to be a slightly better Pollard. I don't care what you say. They're going to use them both. They're going to be a same situation as the Rams, like 50-50. I don't see why we hesitated on Tajay Spears. Tajay Spears went down so low in ranks. It's crazy that everyone's just so low on him. Because Pollard needs another running back to be good. We might see Pollard be Pollard of 2-3 years ago. But we'll see. I still like Tajay Spears. And then you have BTJ here and Tyler Conklin as your other tight end. So which who knows? You probably won't even use them, to be honest. But then again, Mark Andrews likes to get hurt every now and then. So we'll see. But yeah, I wanted your opinion on since you have Mark Andrews, Anthony, there is a new system in play that Sleeper brought. It's an auto sub. I just wanted your opinion on it. Sleeper brought in a new, let's say, rule or change, whatever you want to call it, a new setting that you can pre-opt a backup in case that Mark Andrews, and yes, I'm going to say Mark Andrews because this dude does this all the time. Mark Andrews typically goes into Sunday morning, and we're not even sure if he's going to play or not because he's banged up. We're like, oh, we don't know if he's going to play. And then he doesn't play, and then you're stuck with him on your roster, and then you didn't have a backup. The sub thing kind of like, but you have to pick the sub. If you don't pick the sub, then the system's not going to do it for you. But you have to pick the sub to put into play. If he plays, then he plays, and you don't have to wait for 9:59 or 10:59 or 11:59, wherever time zone you're at and whatever time games that starts. You don't have to worry about that. It just kind of like slides them in. So it's kind of nice. But yeah. I tried to follow your inputs in Dynasty. I sent you my draft. Okay. I'll look at it. Yeah, let me get through this one. Couldn't do it without you. You introduced me to oh well, yeah, that's I keep forgetting about that, man. I really do forget. Like, I remember you guys were doing the overlays and the was it OBS? You guys are still running on OBS, huh? Yeah, no, it's a game changer, man. Auto sub feature, I'll take it, leave it, but for me, it's a part of fantasy, man. Might as well play the best ball then. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I just know that at some point, we can't do it or we can do it. Some leagues like it, some leagues don't. But hey, I like how you went over to get Marvin Harrison for your Kyler Murray. Which is crazy because I don't think you drafted Kyler Murray anytime soon at all. And you probably drafted Marvin Harrison way before you drafted Kyler Murray, too. But Saquon was probably definitely your 1. Monty was probably your 2 or 3. Jalen Waddle's up there. Mark Andrews probably your 4. And I'm assuming Tajay Spears due to the fact that how running backs went this year, it's probably your top 6 or 7 pick. So I have a feeling you'll end up swapping this Tyler Conklin out eventually. That's your first, guy that gets out. Even BTJ, if the Jacksonville Jaguars do not just roll with him. Ty Chandler's an interesting one. But Marshawn Lloyd is kind of the one that I might, despite on his projection for the year, I think he might end up playing a little bit more than what we expected him to. But that's an interesting team. I like it. It's going to put up numbers. I do worry about Amari Cooper, though. The Browns offense scares the hell out of me. I just can't right now. I can't with them right now until they figure crap out. But as someone that plays on 19 leagues, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think for those, it's hard because say you have a player in multiple shares, you can't do that to all the leagues. But if you put the auto sub, you won't have to worry about that because the system itself will do it for you, and you can't go into 19 different leagues and swap out, go back to another one, swap out, go back to another one. So before then, because the NFL is going to give us a 9:59, 10:59, 11:59, or even 2:59. It's about East Coast, wherever the hell you guys. 5 minutes before kickoff, right? 5 minutes before, and you're gonna go through 19? No, you're not. No way. Yep, plan that stack from the beginning with Hero RB. Couldn't pass up. Monty, and I had to go with Cooper, but I also have many shares of Christian Watson, so I partnered with him and BTJ. Yeah, no, I think Christian Watson's gonna be solid. I think he's gonna be a lot better this year. Jordan Love is low-key really good. Really good, guys. And we don't talk about Jordan Love enough. We don't. If anyone, honestly, Jordan Love is actually really good, guys. And that's just the honest truth. He's really good. All right, so let's move on. But yeah, no, tight end premium, I like it. Mark Andrews is a very solid pick. So, and then Aaron Rodgers throwing wait, that's no. Yeah, Jets. Is he the one? He is the one, isn't he? God, Conklin, please have a bounce back here. I miss him. He was really good on the Bengals. Been getting Anthony said I've been getting Jake Ferguson a lot. He's underrated. Do you think he's underrated, Anthony? No. Rasta would probably say, well, I mean, he did give us a fire, but no. I'm just looking at Discord chat, but no. I think Jake Ferguson's always been high for me. I don't know about this underrated part, but I mean, maybe the community. But for me, I've always liked him. I always thought he was good. So Ross, I'm defending champ in both leagues, belt and line for the Yahoo team, and ring. You got to keep the sleeper league. Yeah. My first Dynasty team. Here we go. Let's show this one here. First ever Dynasty team for Anthony. Smiley, you here? No Smiley. All right. And I'm not going to do his team. Actually have a whole overlay for him. Appreciate you. Yeah. No, man. I appreciate you swinging by every single show, even if it is for just a minute or two. Much appreciated. Okay. So we got Anthony's first Dynasty team. And let's see how he did. How many pictures is this? 1, 2, 3. 3 pictures. Okay. Do I have all 3? I think I have all 3. Okay, here we go. Do you have taxi? Oh, you only have 2 taxi. Interesting. That'll change. That'll change. I'm sorry. That'll change. If it doesn't, I'll be surprised. All right, CJ Stroud, Gibbs, Monty, London, Smith, Kincaid, Higgins, and Khalil Shakir. And I'm assuming those are your starters and your bench, right? Yeah, 3 flex here, I'm assuming. You have your bench is Purdy, Madison, Aljair, Charbonnet, Adeline Mitchell, John Dotson. John Dotson. Was this before the trade? I hope this was before the trade. How did that feel, man? Was this before the trade? As a Washington fan, I need to know. or for you being a Washington, ironically, I have a Washington jersey today. But as a Washington fan, was this draft done before the trade? I need to know, man. I need to know. I haven't even asked Mark this. Christian Watson, Dontavian Wicks, and Noah Fant, Farmouth, and your tags with Penix and Brooks. Okay. I'm not hating this at all. Let's start with these tight ends. Kincaid, very solid. Very solid indeed. And you have Noah Fant and Farmouth. You could probably trade those guys, get another solid tight end, but I think Kincaid's going to be stuck there for a very long time there at your tight end. I wouldn't even get rid of him. I would not get rid of him and keep him for years. To be honest, Josh Allen's going to love this guy, if not already does, and you could see it slowly growing last year, and it's going to get a lot better. I do like Drake London. Monty, you still got another year or two left in the tank there before Detroit decides to get rid of him or just go full-fledged Gibbs. The only issue here is that you have both Detroit running backs, right? So week 5, you're going to have to sub in Algier, Zach Charbonnet, which is not bad. I don't think Madison's going to last on your roster that much longer, to be honest. The dude's been a backup his entire career, and when he has the chance to do anything, he doesn't really show anything for it. So I'm assuming he was probably one of your late picks. There ain't no way Madison was early. Higgins and Khalil Shakir. I like Khalil Shakir, who could be interesting here if Coleman doesn't do anything, or if Samuel doesn't do anything. But he is that slot receiver there, or the 3. I don't know. Let me see if I would put Jahan Dotson there as your starters. Maybe even Mitchell. I would put Mitchell or Wicks over him right now, just because Shakir's the 4th look. Josh Allen's out there. He's going to look at Kincaid first, Coleman second, maybe Samuel first. It's going to be those 3 guys. Shakir's going to be the last look. And by that point, he's probably already scrambling and probably going to dump it off to him. So I don't know if you really want him in your starting lineup. I know it is Arizona, but I don't think that he's going to do much. I would rather trust in if these are your flex options here, if these 2 are your flex here, I would rather have put Christian Watson there in that spot rather than Shakir. If this is your starting lineup, just based off what I'm looking at, I would put Christian Watson there instead of Shakir. That's just me. I think production level will be a little bit higher with them. As for running backs, you can maybe swing for another one somewhere. Buy low on Zach Moss, Devin Singletary. Those are kind of like those guys that I'm thinking you could probably buy low on without actually hurting your roster or draft picks. Now, one thing I want to tell you, Anthony, this is your first Dynasty League, and I encourage you, do not, and what I mean, do not sell all your draft picks for players that are of age, that have like 2-3 years left on their careers. Don't be doing that. You will put yourself in a world of hurt. You're gonna have an old team that's probably gonna retire within the next couple of years. Is it nice to have a veteran that's gonna be solid and do their thing? Yeah, it's fine. Like for the Mike Evans owners, I suggest this is the year to trade him. Give it a couple weeks, week 5, week 6. You have an established win. You could probably sell him. And that's gonna hurt. But you have to bite the bullet. You have to bite the bullet on selling these players that we all love and like and who've been reliable. But once they retire, they are gone. And if you did not flip them for multiple picks for at least a second and a third, it's going to hurt in the long run. It is a building system. It is Madden franchise mode is the most simplest way I can put it. But yeah, I'm surprised this is an IDP. This is an IDP. That would be fun. Dynasties, IDPs would be fun. But yeah, you could probably try and get yourself James Cook. No, well, you already have Shakir and I would try and get Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, Najee Harris. Maybe Najee Harris is too high. That might be too high. Yeah, that might be too high. But I would try and get those guys because I think having two running backs on the same team, especially at the starters, like it's going to hurt week 5. But after week 5, you're good. And then Aljair needs Bijan to go down and Zach Charbonnet needs Walker to go down. But they're not bad backups. These guys are going to be good. They're going to get themselves a couple of touchdowns every now and then. Probably weekly if they utilize them right. Especially Algier. But yeah, I'm a little worried about that. Who should I trade for a third round? For like a running back? Or you trade your third round? You're trying to get a third round. Who should I trade for a third round? Are you trying to get a third round pick? I wouldn't even worry about it right now. If I'm reading this correctly, are you trying to get a third round or are you trying to sell someone for... Yeah, no, that's what I read is you're trying to sell someone for a third round pick. If you're trying to sell for a third round pick, if I'm reading this right, trying to get more picks for next year. Okay, all right. So you are trying to get a third round pick. I want to say Penix, but you could probably get something more. You have Purdy and Stroud, dude. You have Purdy and Stroud. You could probably flip Penix before we really figure out who he is. I would assume he's good. I like him. Oh, wait. I know you like him too, huh? I think I remember you liking him too. I would sell Penix. And Jordan Brooks might be more valuable on your starting roster because that gives you with Gibbs, Monty, and Brooks rather than on your taxi. Because I think they're going to use him more, but he's going to be gone for 4 weeks. So you're probably going to have to elevate him. If it wouldn't surprise me by week 4 when we hear Brooks is coming back, you get rid of Madison and you bring in you promote Brooks up. And that might be your plan already. But for a third next year, you could probably get, if Jahan Dotson does good with the Eagles, probably sell him for a third. Sell him to the Jalen Hurts owner. That's what I would do. Try and get that. Adeline Mitchell might be good too. He's going to be the number 2. So and Wicks I think will probably be very good towards the end of the season. But yeah, I would look like your best valuable asset that you probably won't use, and we don't know who he is yet. Like we can only predict that Penix is going to be good, right? I think he's going to be better than freaking Desmond Ridder. Like I never liked the guy. He never was good. But when I see the talent there and I know what I'm looking at, Michael Penix is not going to like he's a lot better than him. But yeah. So, anyways, I would see if he could flip that. I'm thinking he was going to do Noah Fan or Fire Move or anything like that crazy for a third. I would keep CJ Stroud and Purdy for sure. Gibbs and Monty. Maybe even Monty. Because he's down to his last couple of years in his career, I think, in my opinion. But you could probably get more than a third, though. But you lose out on Monty. Play with it, but don't hurt yourself at running back. I think running back right now is going to be a very hard situation for you. But that is Dynasty. Dynasty, trust me, my running back situation, oh boy. I know that my very first pick, and my entire league knows my very first pick next year is going to be running back. So, yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to be a little bit more predictable next year's draft. But hey, no, I mean, overall solid, man. For your first ever Dynasty, prime and young. And if Monty's your oldest guy here, maybe Madison, but Madison's not even worth keeping. I think it's pretty good. It's not bad. And then with the coming years, I think you'll upgrade positions and you'll upgrade roster. I do think that your taxi squad will grow. I do not believe that you guys are going to keep it to 2. Ain't no way it's going to be at 2. Yeah, this must be your guys as a whole. Was it 10-man, 12-man? I would imagine that you as a group, this is your very first Dynasty group together. That's what that tells me. Like all 12 of you, this is your first Dynasty group. Or maybe there's like 1 or 2 of you who have done it before. But I do believe that your taxi squad will grow next year. And it wouldn't surprise me if within 4 or 5 years, it's 2-4 spots. Because taxi kind of... But the rule should be only no more than sophomores. No more than their sophomore year. Their rookie year, their second year, but no more than that. That's ridiculous after 3 years. 3 years is like, dude, 3 years we know they're superstars or not. You're just hoarding superstars and you're going to roll them out your 1 Super Bowl year. No, get out of here. Thanks, bro. Always good to help in fantasy from... Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys coming in, giving us something worth talking about. I mean, I probably was going to come in here and talk about your guys' rosters anyways, and I was going to come in here and talk about news and upcoming buys and sells. I could probably do that Sunday, but we'll see how the first couple weeks. I mean, tomorrow we have the Ravens and Chiefs. Guys, it's here. It's here. I'm excited. I don't have anybody in tomorrow's game. At least any of the rosters that I care about in tomorrow's game. Sorry, Anthony. I know I'm in your guillotine league, but to be honest, I plan on surviving in that league, so I don't. Or Rost, I do plan on surviving, so I'm not too worried about. But 10-man. 10-man. Oh, dude. It's a 10-man dynasty? Oh, man. There's got to be better talent than Shakir in there. Or Madison. Someone's hoarding a lot of something here. Just saying. Somebody is hoarding a lot of something here. But yeah, good luck, man. I definitely am curious onto what you make this team. I am really curious. I think together we can make a championship team. If not, this team is going to be contending already. I can see this team getting yourself into playoffs. However, winning is going to be the big question here. Because I want to see what the other teams, like the elite quarterback teams, like what the Dak Prescott team, or not Dak Prescott, oh my gosh. I'm just thinking CeeDee Lamb. I'm thinking of the Josh Allen, the Lamar, the Patrick, the Joe Burrow, what those guys have. CJ Stroud is up here, and with the Jalen Hurts. The fact that you have CJ Stroud, I would try in the years to come, if not this year, to buy CJ Stroud's weapon. Okay? It'll help you tremendously in the years to come. Because I don't see any of those guys here. I don't see a Tank Dell. I don't see a Nico Collins. Just go ahead skip on Stephon Diggs. He's not going to be there after next year. But yeah, I would try, because I don't think you're ever going to get rid of CJ Stroud ever. Like, ever. I don't think you'll ever do that. So in the years to come, Dynasty, I know this guy had Joe Burrow for 3 years, and he's been barking up this guy's tree for freaking Jamar Chase, and he finally got the trade done. 3 years later, he finally got the trade done. If it takes that long, but the fact is, like, Tank Dell and CJ Stroud came in the same year, right? You know they're going to be together for a while. Try and make that happen. I do believe that the Houston Texans are going to keep him there. They're going to try and keep Nico, and they're going to try and keep Tank Dell for CJ Stroud for many years to come. I do believe that. When the contract comes up, they're going to try and keep them. I would try and get one of those guys. But yeah. Good. What's up, Mike? Did you give your team? Actually, I went over your team. Oh, the trade. No, I'm not going to go over your team because I got to go, but I will go over your trade. I will go over your trade since you're here. I was waiting for someone specifically to go over their team. They never showed. So that's fine. I'll just go over it on Sunday. So yeah, Smiley, if you're here, if you're not, then piss off. Let's go over Mike's trade here. I'll go over your trade, all right? I'm assuming you're Dylan's Panthers, right? Because I can't even rank your team, to be honest. You didn't even show me your team. Did you? You've been showing me trades. Yeah, I don't even see your team. Did you show me your team? No. I'll just go over your trade, man. How about we go over your team Sunday morning when the rest of the guys are here, all right? Because we all know you. We all like you, Mike. You're like one of our special ones that won a jersey. So you're like our number 2 guy. That I think you're the second jersey winner. So yeah. My bad, no problem. No, yeah, no, you're good. But this is your trade. So you're Dylan's Panthers, right? Am I thinking this correctly? Because of what you told me in Discord, from the statement you said. Dude, I would send all 3 of those guys for these 3. If you freaking pull that off, oh my gosh. This is one-sided, like 100%. Hurts, White, and Spears. Kamara's gonna be cooked. I'm sorry. Kirk Cousins, 2 years from now, like, this isn't Dynasty, so I gotta think this year. Yeah. Hurts and White alone, man. Hurts and White alone are gonna be on the field 100% of the time. I'm doing that. Yeah, you lose Mike Evans. No. I would take White over Kamara any day. Hurts over Cousins any day. You're losing Mike Evans. But I said earlier, you weren't here. Tajay Spears is going to be very much active. They're going to do 50-50 back. I'm not worried about Tajay Spears. I know a lot of people have been fading him a lot, or if not, fading him later in the rounds. Yeah, dude, I'm not scared of Tajay Spears and his work production. I think it's going to be just as good, if not the same, from last year. I'm not worried about it at all. People are scared that Pollard is there and Pollard's going to be the one. No. Look, Tennessee sucks. They cannot figure out their passing game. Like, there'll be like 1 or 2 games that they do good, right? I get it. They brought in a lot more weapons. Cool. But with those 2 running backs, they're going to be fine. And it's an 8-man league. Okay, yeah. I have Pollard and Spears. Yeah, no, I would. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Jalen Hurts alone and White is a way bigger up, and you're getting Spears for free. Yeah? Like, for Hurts, like Kamara, Evans, and Cousins for Hurts alone, I would do that. But you're getting Spears for free, basically. That's how I look at it. I would totally keep. I'm on the Jalen Hurts side. This is 100%. Give me Jalen Hurts, Rasheed White, and Tajay Spears. 100%. I would do that. I'm assuming you're Dylan Panthers, but yeah. So trade Tank Dell for a second. If you can manage to do that, yeah. If you can manage to do that, yeah. For a second, hell yeah, 100% I'll do that. If this is a Dynasty League, yeah. And you know what? For a second, you can probably, where were you at? So you have Devontae, Drake London. You could probably even get rid of Shakir, keep T. Higgins, Jahan Dotson. You probably won't even need Dontavion Wicks anymore. Jahan Dotson is going to be the number 3 there. Adeline Mitchell. I am like, you can do that now, but keep your first this year. Don't get rid of your first round pick. You're in dire need of a running back for next season. This will get you through this season. As long as these guys are healthy. Week 5, you're going to struggle bus hard. You're going to struggle bus hard. But I would definitely figure out, even if you wanted to get rid of Monty in a second for Tank Dell and one of his better running backs, but not his main running back, like his 2 or 3, right? Maybe you could do that. Work it out, man. I believe in you, Anthony. I believe you can make something happen. Think about it. This is going to be your team for the rest of your life, as long as you're still doing Dynasty. Dynasty's fun. I'm helping my uncle out in fantasy. Okay. But yeah, I would, if whoever this is, give me Jalen Hurts, White, and Spears. Goodbye, Kamara. Goodbye, Evans. Goodbye, Cousins. 100%. That's too easy for me, Mike. Too easy for me. All right. You're Dylan Panthers, right? I've asked you that. Is that who you are, right? I'm assuming that's who you are. But you've heard me. You heard me. Go get Jalen Hurts, get White and Spears. Okay. If you're the other team, then don't do that, because you don't want Kamara, you don't want Evans, you don't want Cousins. That's why it says Dylan. Okay, well, hey, look, I don't know. Hey, I don't know who Dylan is, man. I know you as Michael Fraser. I would only assume, because up the top it says Dylan Panthers. I would only assume. I don't follow whatever. Is this CBS? Come on, man, Mike. You know I don't do CBS. You know I don't do CBS. I would, but I do think that Dylan Panthers is you. Yeah, go ahead, get you Hurt. All right, I'm not gonna say it again. Hurts, Spears, White, come my way. Send the other guys. Goodbye. But yeah, get yourself Jalen Hurts. Anyways, guys, thank you for showing me your rosters. Smiley, I don't know where you were at. I was gonna do your team. If you didn't speak up, I speaked up. I did everyone's roster for those who showed up and those who spoke up. If you didn't show up and you're in the Discord, let me know on Sunday. They switched to ESPN. That's ESPN? Jesus. But yeah, Mike, guys, I will see you Sunday. The rest of the gang are coming back. Hopefully, I think. Oh, wait, maybe not Mark. He's still in Vegas. Yeah, he's still in Vegas. But myself and Brian and hopefully Tank will be all back for week 1. I think Tank really wanted to be here for week 1 for like the opening season or whatever. I mean, me and Brian are always going to be here. You know that, guys. Me and Brian we're not going anywhere. So, anyways, guys, thanks for showing me your guys' rosters. You guys have very good, solid rosters. I like what you guys see, every single one of you. And I said my negativities on it. I said my positive on it. Swing some of those trades if you can. But again, it's not too far off to those teams that can be contending. You have some key players on those rosters that actually can swing you to the playoffs, but sometimes you need just a little bit more to get that spot. Okay. I know I'm in that same boat, and I need to make a move at some point this year. I don't want to do it, but I might have to in order to get further into the championship. And hello, Brian probably already knows what I'm talking about too, because he looks at everyone's, like, if you're in a dynasty league, you memorize everyone's roster. Anthony, you're going to memorize everyone's roster, and you're going to know who's on whose team. You're just going to know. So, just got home, but I'll be here. No, dude, I'm about to end. You're fine. Don't worry about it. I hope that your daughter had a very good time at Medieval Times. That is actually one of my favorite places to go and have a good dinner. If you guys haven't gone to Medieval Times, check it out. If you have one near you, Brian just went to Medieval Times, took his daughter there for his birthday. It's a very good, fun show and dinner. That's all I gotta say. There's jousting and freaking knights fighting, and it's an awesome show. It's an awesome show. But yeah, guys, we will see you Sunday. Me and Brian will be back Sunday. Talk about tomorrow's game. Smiley, where are you at, dude? I'm gonna call you out. You need to be here. But anyways, love you guys. Take care. Good luck this week. Good luck. Get that early win. Feels good to get that first win. Destroy some dreams week 1. And don't be ashamed to talk crap. They're all your friends, right? Or you know them at that same point, or make some friendly banter. It's okay. It's fantasy football. You're allowed to talk trash. Trust me. I do it all the time. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go buy them a beer. I'll buy them a pitcher. But then I will talk so much trash to them because I love them. Thanks. Yeah, no, I'm glad. Good. Yeah, no, it is a very good time. So Medieval Times, go check it out if you haven't. But I'm glad you had a good time. So, guys, we'll be back Sunday. Good morning, good evening, good night. This is Dynasty Pylon here on Wednesday. Vikings and Ravens tomorrow should be very interesting. If you've been here this entire time, we have these two teams predicted in the Super Bowl. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting to see that what's going to happen tomorrow. I think the Ravens are going to be a lot better than what people think. I'm not going to say they're going to win because I don't know who's going to win. It's going to be a very interesting outlook. But again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. It's the weekend. It's football weekend. Don't do anything too crazy to the point where you pass out and you don't know what the hell happened. All right? All right. Good luck, guys. Week 1.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition, only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate, game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.